So today I'm going to be trying out the Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick from L'Oreal. This is being sold as a multitasking foundation stick and contour all-in-one. I picked this up for $16 and you get 9 grams of product. I'm not sure how that compares to the Maybelline foundation stick that I tested out a few months ago, but I will list that information on the side once I find it. So I bought the shade Buff, which is the third the lightest shade available, and this foundation is available in 12 different shades. So I wasn't entirely sure if I was going to try this product out because most foundation sticks tend to be more mattifying and my skin tends to be on the drier side and the two don't necessarily mesh well together. But this foundation stick says it's a natural finish. It's not mattifying, it's not glowy, it's just somewhere in the middle. So I figured this would be a safe one for me to test out. And on L'Oreal's website, some of the claims read, "Cover, define, and enhance your features with the new infallible shaping sticks from L'Oreal. Achieve a perfectly sculpted look with buildable medium to full coverage that lasts up to 24 hours. The creamy glide-on formula of infallible shaping sticks melts into skin and provides weightless, long-lasting coverage that doesn't cake or drag. This multi-use stick allows you to easily define features without sacrificing longwear coverage. Infallible shaping sticks are available in 12 shades to cover, conceal, and contour and highlight features. Discover your perfectly defined makeup look that lasts all day and night." So if you're enjoying this video while you're watching it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to know more about the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation Stick and how it applies and wears throughout the day, don't go anywhere, just keep watching. So I've already washed, moisturized, and primed my face, and as always, all the products will be listed in the description box down below. I'm not usually one who gravitates towards foundation sticks, mainly because they tend to be more on the matte side. This says the finish is natural, whatever that means. So I'm assuming this one won't be super drying on my skin. The coverage says medium. The color I chose was Buff, which at first I thought looked a little dark, but the next shade up looked insanely way too light for me. So we'll just go with it. So on the right side of my face, I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge, and on the left side of my face, I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics CC Plus Skin Perfecting Brush number 702. Start with that. We can always go back and add more, but right now the color is looking a little peachy for me. I wouldn't say this is medium coverage. It looks more on the light side to me. I don't know, is it disappearing? Yeah, definitely more on the light side with the sponge. I mean, I don't typically like a heavier foundation look. I don't know, I need a little bit more coverage than that. Like that looks like I have nothing there. And same thing with my forehead, like I have a bit of a hyperpigmentation patch right there and I can still see it. I mean, it does do a decent job at evening out my complexion, even with just that little bit. My skin tone just looks a little bit more even. All right, let's see how it looks with the brush. It just seems to almost disappear when it goes on your face. I don't know, I'm looking in the viewfinder and I know I said that it looked like light coverage with the sponge, but it looks like non-existent coverage with the brush. So I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of touch-ups on my cheeks and on my forehead with the sponge. I mean, I just wanna build it up a little bit. I don't wanna go too crazy with it. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. Way better. So as far as coverage goes, it's still very much on the light to medium side, but I'm okay with that because this never claimed to be a full coverage foundation. But my skin tone looks nice and even. There's no dryness in areas where I typically get dryness. It's not greasy and it's not a satin finish, but there is a bit of a shine to this. So I'm not sure this would be the best foundation for anyone that has more of an oily skin type. All right, so I'm gonna go put on the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Okie dokie, let's get a look at this. You know, everything still looks really nice. This foundation definitely has a bit of a glow to it. I mean, my skin typically tends to be more on the drier side, and you can see my forehead is a bit shiny, which is unusual for me. And same with my nose. My nose is really shiny too, which, considering it's still first thing in the morning, is a little unusual for me. So it's not something that's really a concern for me because, again, my skin tends to be more on the drier side, so I need as much moisture as I can get in my skin. The finish of this is really nice. I like that my skin tone is evened out and my face doesn't look makeup-y. So far I'm liking everything about how this is looking, which is unusual because I don't typically have the best experience with stick foundations. So on my eyes, I'm wearing the new, hold on, there's a bit of a glare here from the sun. So on my eyes, I'm wearing the new Magnifies palette from Rimmel London. This is supposedly a dupe, or people are saying it's a dupe, for the new Naked Cherry palette. I don't know about that because I'm not going to be purchasing that palette, but this is a good quality drugstore palette. I didn't have any issues getting that to blend. Just you need to go light-handed with it because I picked two of the lightest shades. I picked that for my crease and that for my lid. I didn't really want a heavy eye. There's still a decent amount of pigment up there. On my lips, I'm wearing the Revlon Super Lustrous in the shade Pink Pearl number 30. I'm also testing out two products from PIXI today, and I'll have those reviews linked down below if you'd like to watch. One is the PIXI Pat Away Concealer, and the second is the PIXI Natural Brow Duo in the shade Soft Black, and I'll have those videos linked down below. The time is 9:58. I'll see you guys in 5 hours. So far, this is still looking really nice. On my nose is a little shinier than I'm used to. Forehead is a tad bit shiny, but it doesn't seem to be breaking up. It's probably one that if you have combo or oily skin, you will need to set this with a powder. But I don't have any dryness, or in the inner corners of my nose area can sometimes be a problem. I can sometimes end up with like texture being emphasized, but so far things are still looking really nice, which was unexpected. So that is it for this check-in, and I will see you guys tonight. So time is 8:38. So before I start, if you hear water running in the background, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. My building picked today to put the heat on, and I run on water heaters. So it does kind of sound like a river running in the background. So now that we got that out of the way. So let's get a look at my face. You know, it still looks really good. So this foundation did not feel greasy or oily when I put it on. I'm not used to seeing my nose and my forehead shiny. I don't know, it doesn't really appear to be showing on camera, but when I look up at the mirror, there is a definite reflection up there. Same thing with my nose. It's looking a wee bit shiny. I can't say I'm unhappy about it because normally my skin is so bloody dry that I'm craving moisture on my skin. It's odd. I'm not really used to that. So if your skin is more on the combo oily type, I don't know. This could work for combo types if you set it with powder. There's a lot of shine up there. And on my nose, I don't know if this would be a good fit for someone who has oily skin. It might slide right off. But my cheeks are still looking great. There's actually a little bit of separation around my nose, which again, that's not something I'm used to. Going forward using this again, I may have to actually set my forehead and nose with powder, which is something I typically don't do. So strangely enough, I like this one. I wasn't expecting to. I don't typically go for stick foundations, and this one didn't oxidize at all, which is very, very odd for me. I'm used to foundations turning several shades of orange or darkening on my skin, and this one didn't do that. I wasn't expecting to like this one, but this is definitely one I'm going to keep reaching for. It's very comfortable, it didn't oxidize, and more importantly, it didn't dry out my skin. Like I'm used to having like a giant dry patch around my chin around this time of night, and this didn't do that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!